Welcome back to the At Home with Roby show. I'm Ashley Davis along with Trent Haston. We're your hosts. We're glad you're spending your Sunday morning with us. Whether you're in the car or you're on the couch, you're always at home with Roby. Visit us today at andrewroby.com. That's Andrew, R-O-B-Y.com. Or you can always click on the At Home with Roby tab at WBT.com. Trent, before the break, we talked a lot about real estate. If you're at home, you're thinking about selling a house, you're thinking about buying a house, call us today. Visit us at robyhome.com. We'll make sure we take care of you. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit, Trent, and talk about what has made Andrew Roby one of the premier construction and renovation companies in the Carolinas, and that's renovating and remodeling homes.
Well, the story I've said many times, I like to say it, I'll say it again. I grew up, I'd go Saturdays riding down 277 into Charlotte. And first off, my dad would point at those buildings and say, "We owe our livelihood to Mr. McCall. Respect that, son. That's how the economy works." It's the flywheel. I didn't even really know what he was talking about, but later on you figure it out. And then we would go, and this is Saturday, he would go by a couple of his clients' house that maybe he didn't get to on Friday, or they were working during the week, and he'd go see them, and it was more of a casual. That was kind of just the way, I think it's the way Roby operates. That's what we're selling. We're selling good people, take care of you.
Service, personalized interaction. You know their home. So when you're going to renovate that home, you know what they like, what they want, and what they need.
And we would go in. He'd introduce me like a grown man, and I was 11 or so. And I didn't know any better. That's respect. Respect for all parties involved. And then he would get on his hands and knees, start rubbing the floor, and have a whole conversation. But the deal is,
I remember that story.
What I grew up knowing and inherently, and what will definitely resonate through our company forever, is at the heart of our company is the pinnacle, working in somebody's house while they're living in that house, getting it prepared, making their house their home. Our slogan that we did in 07, 08, we created is making it home for life.
Yep.
And for life is generations, because we want to do it.
Yep.
And that spins off relationships because you gain respect, and then it spins off other opportunities like in the commercial arena, because a lot of our clients that own houses, we get to know them and they own businesses, and it's the same thing.
Yep.
But at the heart of it, at the core of it, is making your house a home.
Yep.
And knowing through experience what it takes and what the pinnacle of customer service is.
So let's paint a picture now. You're sitting at home, you're listening to this radio show. Maybe you're at your kitchen counter, maybe you're sitting out back on your deck, maybe you're in your living room or your office, and you're looking around and you're thinking, man, I've always wanted to update that kitchen. I've always wanted to redo this office or build a fire pit or do something with the hardwood floors, but you don't know where to start. You don't know how to make it happen. We're telling you right now, Andrew Roby can make that happen. Give us a call today at 704-334-5477. Trent, your team will go out. You've got project managers. You walk people through that entire process. There's nothing intimidating about it, and your goal is to renovate that home while they live in it seamlessly.
No, and it's very, very comfortable. And we've always done handyman, and even the little tiny, call it couple $1,000s or hundreds of dollars or whatever. I mean, a little powder room upfit, cosmetic, hanging some pictures, replace a front door, stuff like that. We've always done that, but we really, within the last year and really the turn of the new year, we've really honed in. We got a team focus now, and this is part of us evolving. We have, like we were saying earlier on Square Peg, Square Hole, we have ladies and gentlemen on our project management staff that all they do is large additions.
Yep.
And they deal with the same plumbers, the same mechanical, the same framers, the same staff, the same supers on our staff. So it's perfecting that one craft within the whole craft.
Exactly.
We got a team now that all they do is handyman stuff and finessing that over and over and over and over and over. It took us a while because these guys would do a $300,000 addition, nice, huge renovation, and then they would do a $1,000 handyman job, and they weren't perfecting it in one arena.
Right.
Now we're really honed in, and we can come out, and everybody always says, "Oh, I want to look at redoing my hardwood floors and maybe put some ceiling mold and some crown molding in a room or two and do some painting." Y'all don't do that.
Right.
Oh, yes, we do. That's exactly what we do.
That's a great point. People sometimes think what they need to do is too small of a job. There's no job too small. There's no job too big. If you need anything done at your house, consult with Andrew Roby. We can make it happen. Call us today at 704-334-5477. And Trent, I'll share a quick story. Before I joined the company, I knew somebody that needed some work. And I said to you, hey, can somebody call this friend of mine? And you didn't say, yeah, give me their number. I'll have somebody call them. You said, who are they? Where do they live? What's their style? What do they like? Where there's a person? You asked me like 5 questions to make sure you knew who that person was before you said, yeah, have Cam Montgomery call them, because you knew that person would connect with Cam.
And it was a personality, and it was a fit, and it was a yin and yang, and we've improved in that arena. I mean, we've been in business this is our 66th year doing, for the heart of that, the whole 66 years doing custom. And custom doesn't have to be too fancy and doesn't have to be too big. Custom means what you want. We're going to provide what you want. But that's what we've been doing, and that is the centrifuge of our business. That's what's at the heart of it, and that's what we're always going to do. Quite frankly, to do it great is hard.
Yep.
But we're building systems. We're utilizing technology where it can assist, but we're not trying to be tech geeks and get carried away, because then you lose customer service. Yep. I mean, at the heart of it, we're going to keep customer service. We're going to build human resources and utilize technology and assets the way we need to make it great and really make homeowners feel comfortable.
So speaking of that, tell me this. If somebody's sitting home right now, they're listening to the show, maybe they're driving in their car, they want to call us, 704-334-5477, and they're thinking, okay, I want to do my kitchen. Give them a quick 30, 45 seconds of what's the initial process for that you guys take them through so they get comfortable.
Well, we talk to them on the phone, and then we say, hey, what about this? What about this? Have you started picking stuff out? Do you have a sketch? Do you not have a sketch? Do you do this? Do you have a budget in mind?
Right.
I mean, budget needs to be out there on any amount of money. And then we know how to approach and what, not a ton, but what mindset and what data to bring to that first meeting. And we might even go ahead, if we get enough information on the phone. Typically, the first meeting is just the project manager and the homeowners.
Yep.
We might go ahead and bring a design person, or we might go ahead and bring a plumber if we know you're going to do a lot of plumbing, kill 2 birds with one stone. But it's an interview. After we leave that first meeting, we know where to hone in and how to approach the project. But it's all about taste, colors, styles. Yep. I mean, you're doing a kitchen. I mean, what appliances do you like? I mean, do you like Sub-Zero Wolf? Are you going to be good with a KitchenAid? Are you going to be good with the Whirlpool? Yep. And there's gradients, and they set the stage. Do you like stone tops? Do you want a wood butcher block top? Do you like? Why do you like these style cabinets?
And what's great about that meeting, and we got to get to a break in 2 seconds, but what's great about that meeting is the person that comes, it's not the person that's going to be doing the work. It's a third set of eyes, a sounding board for the client that they can get comfortable with and make sure they're doing the right thing.
Well, the person that initially comes out drives the budget with the client, drives the style with the client, and manages the whole process.
All right, so if you're sitting at home, call us today, 704-334-5477. We'll take you through this whole process of remodeling your home. Stay with us. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be joined by a former Carolina Panther to talk about the big game tonight. You're listening to the At Home with Roby show.